We are also following the latest developments on the coronavirus outbreak in Western Washington.
Remember, our mission here at King 5 is to give you facts, not fear. So let's get to it. Local and state health officials say they're taking this very seriously. 6 people have died from the coronavirus here in Washington state. There are now 18 total confirmed cases statewide. The outbreak has forced several schools to close. Some local cities and counties have declared or plan to declare states of emergency to free up resources and money to contain the virus. Snohomish County Executive Dave Summers says he's planning to declare a state of emergency today. This comes after the county's health department did confirm 3 cases of coronavirus, including a teenager at Jackson High School in Mill Creek. Last night, leaders from various departments and cities in the western portion of the state met to talk about the impact of the outbreak and what it's expected to do.
We might see closures, additional school closures, public facility closures, because it is necessary that we take those steps if there's a danger of infection for the public.
Now, we carried this discussion on our Facebook page live last night. It's still posted right there on our Facebook page. You can also find a link on king5.com.
And more schools are preparing for the worst. The North Shore School District has canceled all classes today so staff can train for remote learning. King 5's Kiara Alfallen's live at the school district offices in Bothell this morning. So Kiara, tell us more about this.
Yeah, good morning. So the superintendent is very aware of just how fast this virus has been spreading, and that is why she's prepared to make sure students can still learn if they do have to close down schools. So just yesterday, one of the school district's elementary schools, Frank Love Elementary, was closed as a staff member with flu-like symptoms was tested for the coronavirus. The entire school was disinfected. In a letter to families earlier this week, the superintendent said there are students and family members across the district who are concerned that they have been exposed to the virus. Now the superintendent is looking ahead as staff prepare to continue lessons remotely.
We do utilize a Google Classroom format at Bothell High School. So in truth, our students are able to work on assignments at home and teachers are able to provide those. So the learning doesn't stop because kids are not sitting in class.
Last week, Bothell High School was also closed due to possible exposure to the coronavirus. A staff member at the high school had a family member fall sick after traveling internationally. That person has tested negative for the coronavirus. Now, the school district is also just doing a massive disinfection of all school campuses today. Also, we're going to have the superintendent of the North Shore School District on our show. She's going to be talking with us live coming up at 9:45, so that'll be coming up on Kong. For now, I'm live here in Bothell. Kiara Alfallen, King 5 News.
All right. Thank you very much. That interview is coming up at 7:45 on Kong. We hope you'll tune in. And in addition to North Shore schools, we have 9 others that are also closed. Eastside Prep in Kirkland, Kentwood High and Covington Elementary are also closed. Lake Washington Institute of Technology in Kirkland, Grove Elementary and Early Learning Center closed in Marysville, Mount View Elementary in Shelton, Bellevue Children's Academy and Willows Preparatory School in Redmond are closed.
They said Loki was updated. They're just waiting for results back to see if they have the coronavirus or if they just have flu or something.
One parent told us it was a wise move, but another parent had a different take. Her child attends a school in the Puyallup School District.
I think that it's a little bit going overboard because the healthiest individuals are our students and our kids.
The schools say the closures allow for valuable time to disinfect campuses.
You are looking now live outside Evergreen Health in Kirkland, ground zero right now for all the cases. This is where all 6 coronavirus deaths have happened here in our state. Several other people still inside this morning being treated for coronavirus. And of the 6 people who died, 4 were elderly in their 70s or 80s and residents of the long-term care facility in Kirkland. All but 1 had underlying health conditions making them more vulnerable, and dozens more are awaiting test results. King 5's Callie Greenberg live outside the facility in Kirkland this morning. Callie, you were telling us that ambulances were coming and going even up through this morning. What are you learning?
In fact, we just saw a set of ambulances take off about a half hour ago. We've seen these clusters of 2-3 sets of ambulances come in and transport patients. Of course, it could be also due to other underlying health issues. But what we're hearing from the Life Care Center, their executive director posted a letter on their website that says if someone begins to show symptoms of the coronavirus, they need to be transported to a local hospital to be tested. What we know right now, as you mentioned, Jake, 4 of the 6 deaths in our state are all connected to the Life Care Center. And we know that out of all the confirmed cases, 9 of those cases are by someone who either lives or works inside the Life Care Center. So now doctors are, of course, as we've been reporting, worried about the virus spreading from the dozens of people who enter and leave this building. In fact, a group of 18 students and 4 faculty members from Lake Washington Institute of Technology, they visited the nursing home just last week before anyone knew there was coronavirus inside of the building. Those students have now, and the faculty, they have now actually been asked to self-quarantine for the next 2 weeks. Dr. Amy Morrison is the president of Lake Washington Tech. What she told us is she didn't hear from the health department until Sunday night, and then they recommended that those students and faculty quarantine on Monday.
Yes, I would have liked to have information instantly, but this is a quickly evolving situation, and I do believe they're doing the best that they can.
So Lake Washington Tech's campus was closed yesterday. It will also be closed today as they disinfect the entire campus. As for the Life Care Center here, as I mentioned, they're continuing to monitor the people living here and the faculty for symptoms of the coronavirus. If they do begin to show symptoms, what happens is they need to be transported to a local hospital. That's the only way they can get tested for the virus. The executive director posted in her letter that they are continuing to follow recommendations by the CDC. For now, live in Kirkwood, Callie Greenberg, King 5 News.
Thank you, Callie. Governor Jay Inslee says the state is doing everything it can to control the spread of the virus, too. He says the public should help as well. Here's how. Wash your hands. Avoid shaking other people's hands. Sanitize common areas. If you have compromised immune systems or are elderly, think about avoiding public events. And of course, stay home if you're sick.
I'm following this advice. I didn't come to work Wednesday. I had a cough Wednesday. I didn't come to work. And it's hard to do, right? We're all wrapped up in our jobs. Our identity is in our jobs. So it's hard to do, but I can't stress how important that is and why that's sounds kind of weird, but it's a bit of a patriotic act right now of not going to work.
You know, folks.
The state's health secretary is also asking for $100 million in federal funds to combat the virus.
King County has a unique way to help people who need to be quarantined. The county plans to use modular housing units so people will have places to be isolated and recover. Executive Dow Constantine says they're also in final negotiations to purchase a motel for patients. He'll join us right here in studio at 6:15 to talk about these plans. Several REI employees say the company's corporate campuses in Washington are closed because of coronavirus concerns. Bloomberg reports 2 incidents of possible exposure to the virus. It says REI wants to err on the side of caution and will have buildings deep cleaned. The closures are expected to last until Thursday. This, however, does not impact REI retail stores.